chase checkered flags through dust, rocks, mud, and worse. We've crowned champions, racked up wins in places where tires go to die. And we're still just getting started. From hammering at hammers to Baja bangers. If it's brutal, beautiful, or just plain ridiculous, we're there. So whether you're bombing through the desert or just dodging potholes in rush hour, tread victoriously with Maxxis tires. Built for whatever you're chasing.
My Carnage welder is my go-to welder. You want to see how easy it is to get to?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
We've got the fastest deployable welder. A Carnage welder is a wire feed welder. It's basically batteries and everything inside of a box. It's quick deployment. Just take out the case, open it up, turn it on, and you're ready to start welding. No pulling batteries or getting cables out. It's literally 30 seconds and you're up and ready to weld.
It's very user-friendly, awesome penetration on the welds. The first weekend I was out with it, I had to use it, and it's the only reason I was able to complete the second course in my competition.
If you're ranching and farming, you have to have a Carnage welder in your tool bag.
If you're a hunter and you're off the grid, the Carnage welder is going to be a necessary tool.
You break, let's fix it. 10 minutes later, let's get back on the trail and let's try whatever you broke it on again.
I'm able to utilize that in so many different aspects of my life.
I always carry a Carnage welder as a part of my off-road gear.
Pack it wherever you need to, flip a switch, hook up a ground, and start welding. It's that simple.
And let's hit this button. All right, we'll try that again. So real quick, in just a few minutes, we will be with Tyler Harper, our ProTrail winner from Cedar City. But I want to thank Laser Nut for providing tonight's coverage of the WERock Wednesday. Also, huge shout out to all of our marketing partners, Maxxis Tires, Laser Nut, Behemoth Drivetrain, Drive Shaft Specialist of San Antonio, Spider Tracks Off-Road, Carnage Welders, Crown Automotive, Axle Helmets, Tire Right, Metal Cloak, Brannick, and Raceline Wheels. So we are just about maybe a little over a month away. You guys have seen the Facebook ads start for the West Virginia event. That is the Eastern WERock Series, round number 1, starting up for the eastern side of the country, and it is going to be an amazing event. Tickets are on sale right now. If you go to the website, you can use discount code WERock25E1 as in Eastern Event 1, and that will save you 20% off of spectator tickets. Please like and share the event page if you could with everyone. That would be amazing, and a huge shout out to Veronica Mizrak for helping get us in touch with some more people out there in Summersville, West Virginia. It is an absolutely beautiful off-road park. Make sure that you get your cabins reserved. If you need RV sites and you would like power and water, you can reserve those as well. If you would like to wheel the park, you can do that as well. Normal event daily fees, I should say, do apply. So if you guys come out and you would like to participate in some of the amazing wheeling that West Virginia has to offer. You can do that as well. I know there's a bunch of guys that are sticking around from the WERock event the week before that are planning on wheeling all week. So if you would like to come out and participate with some of the people that are familiar with the park too, you can do that as well. So huge shout out to everybody that's helping promote that event and really trying to make that place happen. We are super excited for that. We fly out Saturday. We are headed to Moonrocks for some meetings out there, and super excited for that event coming up in July as well. So make sure that's on your radar. Tennessee, definitely do not miss Tennessee. They're in Dayton with the fireworks, and we've got some special stuff in the works for that one as well that we'll talk about as we get a little bit closer. So, make sure nothing of note that we really need to dig into before we jump into this week's guest. So with that, let me see if I can operate some of this technology here real quick. We'll click that button, and we'll have Colby give us an audio check. But Tyler Harper, the ProTrail winner of the Cedar City event just a couple weeks ago, welcome to your first WERock Wednesday. Yeah, well, we are excited to have you. We have really enjoyed getting to know you and Logan, and obviously your spouses, and then also George and Laura. You guys kind of all run in that same group, and that's super exciting. It's been so much fun in order to get to know you guys.
Did you unmute the laptop? We don't have Tyler.
All right. Well, with that, let's talk a little bit real quick about your win in Cedar City. How did that go for you?
Yeah, we still don't have him.
Yeah, so we were watching some of the footage from the weekend, and what really seemed to be the turning point, I'm trying to think of what course that was. Maybe if you can go full screen on the laptop for me, that would be cool. To me, kind of what I saw for the turning point on Brett's weekend was, it was the I want to say A2, the big wall drop down into the V-notch. He slid off, took a cone. You made that clean, but we got.
Oh, there we go.
Found it.
All right, now we just gotta see if we can't find audio for him.
Oh, is audio still not working?
No, we have not had Tyler this entire time.
Oh, well, that's good.
Where does it want to try to pick up Tyler?
Should be off of the NDI.
Yeah, I don't have Tyler for anything. I'm sure Tyler's saying stuff, but it's not picking up any audio from him. Do you have... You can hear him. I don't know why this is not working. As always.
Well, if you haven't noticed, Caleb is not here again tonight, and he is watching his girlfriend swim for regional swimming championships. So
So what? Nothing there. There's nothing there. Reloop that. See if that changes anything. It doesn't.
Give me an audio check there real quick, Tyler. See if that comes up on my side. I'm not showing anything.
I might. Oh man. Let's see if you can have Tyler say something once again. See if
All right, try that again, Tyler.
No.
I'm not seeing anything showing up there.
I don't have anything for
It'd be really nice just to have some analog where I could plug a cable into something. Instead, that's not how technology works.
So why? I guess we'll try voice meter input, see if that does anything. I don't know what that even is really on the laptop. I'm gonna get Tyler to do another audio check. Should at least be picking up passive.
All right, try one more time there, Tyler.
Okay, yeah, you're not getting him either. Okay.
So we've broke everything.
Okay. Well, I do not know why we're not getting Tyler. This is the exact same as we had for Caitlin. Nothing's changed here. And should still be the same. That hasn't done anything.
Yeah, do we have... All right, I've got audio there.
Video shouldn't do anything. Definitely the microphone. I'll give Caleb a call.
All right, hang tight. So we are going to talk about some things while the IT department jumps online and...
Yo, we can't get Tyler's audio coming through at all. Yeah, indie guy. You can get that here. Oh, bottom right on what? Okay. Steal the mouse again. So on the taskbar, we have the apps. What?
Well, we got Bill. Bill's watching. Welcome, Bill.
No, not yet. Screen capture, zoom. Screen capture HX. Okay. Yep. Audio source. Yeah.
There's a bunch of outs.
It does not have. Yeah, I don't microphone override. That's what it was on, and that wasn't doing anything.
Might have been on. Was it on that?
Yeah,
I swapped it back on. Now it's picking a bunch of laptop noise. So let me check this. Check the stream.
Oh, I think it's picking up the microphone
Yeah, it probably is.
from the laptop and not the audio.
Which is
I did have some noise there. What was that?
Your microphone.
Yep.
Yep. Speak and pause. Do you hear reply?
Speak and pause. Yep.
Yes, that is. It is my headset. When I go to the screen capture, when I go to the NDI, there is not an option for my headset.
That's working fine.
Well, it's not detecting the headset on the NDI.
Right, but that's working fine.
Yeah. So I'm hoping unplugging, replugging it will throw up that connection.
What I don't have is a connection from this thingy over here.
Yes, that is what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
I'm hoping that resetting, reopening that connection, maybe it'll detect anything else. It is not. Yeah, then we were using laptop speakers that don't work. No.
Well, that's always the beauty of live
Hey,
broadcast
told
is
you we don't have the splitter. Well, that doesn't help me at all. If you don't know where a thing is, I don't know where to get it.
we might as well be talking to some overseas tech help.
Do you still have Tyler?
Tyler, can you hear me?
Okay.
Nope, I don't have Tyler. He can hear me, but I cannot hear him anymore.
So it's coming out of
The speakers on the laptop.
Can I change the outputs again? Okay. So the input, that. Okay. Yep, so changing that has only made it worse. So we'll go back to this, that way at least we can communicate with Tyler. Well, it doesn't. Well, I mean, that's.
Can you just click on any of those?
Yeah, we can go down a list. As soon as we find anything with Tyler, we'll see movement there.
Do you want to switch over to like YouTube?
Well,
I have noise from there. That's me though.
Yeah.
So that's not working.
Oh, that's recursive. We definitely don't want that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna go down the voice meter, see if that does anything. All 12 dozen of these.
But without any audio from Tyler's side, I don't know that it's going to show up on here.
There'll be passive background noise.
Okay.
Yeah, because if it does.
Well, I don't have any passive background noise in my headset right now.
You do. It's just the headset is. We'll see any sort of movement there. So you see how the bars are just all the way flat.
Mm-hmm.
That means there is no connection at all. But I doubt any of these voice meters are going to do it. No.
I did see Christian. I don't know how to, it says I'm caught up on the live chat, which...
Arm in the way. Alright, just make up Galix. He no longer has anything.
See if I can get over to the...
No, I don't want to capture the mouse cursor. Alright, yep. Still don't have anything. Just going...
All right, there we go. Yeah, so Skip got, and then it disappears. So I don't know. I'm running an old version of Facebook on the old iPad, but Skip was asking how Christian Brees was doing after his surgery, and he said that he is doing great. So glad to hear that, Christian.
Alright, so I closed the NDI. If I reopen the NDI, I killed the task manager. But if I go back to open NDI, it just says register. So how do I reopen the NDI? I don't know, Caleb. I typed NDI into the search bar, clicked the first thing I got. NDI app. If I click... That's what I get. I'd like that. Register your NDI tools. I don't get anything else. So now we don't have an NDI at all. Well. Yep. No. Just register. It wants us to register your NDI tools.
Well, it looks like we've broke it even worse. So there's that.
So we have nothing that works. The NDI is now unusable. So all right. All right. We'll come back and fix it, dingus.
All right. Well, Tyler, I apologize, but we have completely wrecked everything. The software that we use to communicate with our system is not working. We have turned it off. We cannot turn it back on now for some reason. So there's that. So we're doing pretty good. Probably the worst WERock live that we have done so far. So we're setting new bars here. So anyways, we will schedule a time, see if we can either do a live or do a something pre-recorded so that we can have the bugs worked out. But with Caleb not here, things did not go well, so I apologize for that. But so, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. We're going to work on some technical things on the backside, and then if we get something figured out, we may go back live here in just a little bit. But thanks for tuning in. We will get it figured out here very soon, and we may be back with you. So hang tight there, guys.
We've got the fastest deployable welder. A Carter's welder is a wire feed welder. It's basically batteries and everything inside of a box. It's quick deployment. Just take out the case, open it up, turn it on, and you're ready to start welding. No pulling batteries or getting cables out. It's literally 30 seconds and you're up and ready to weld.
It's very user-friendly, awesome penetration on the welds. The first weekend I was out with it, I had to use it, and it's the only reason I was able to complete the second course in my competition.
If you're ranching and farming, you have to have a Carnage welder in your tool bag.
If you're a hunter and you're off the grid, the Carnage welder is going to be a necessary tool.
You break, let's fix it. 10 minutes later, let's get back on the trail and let's try whatever you broke it on again.
I'm able to utilize that in so many different aspects of my life.
I always carry a Carnage welder as a part of my off-road gear.
Pack it wherever you need to, flip a switch, hook up a ground, and start welding. It's that simple.
All right, Tyler, we are going to try this one more time. I'm going to mute this. I have audio. Let's check your audio real quick.
Testing, testing.
All right, I have audio showing up on my side. So, all right, that was a ton of work. Want to say thank you for hanging in there while we tried to, we just reset everything and started from scratch because that's, I guess, how this goes. So since we're starting a new stream, I will reintroduce you again. But our ProTrail winner, the driver of the Sundowner ProTrail car number 36, Tyler Harper, taking the win at Cedar City. So congratulations on picking up your first win in ProTrail.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So brand new car. Put together again for this season. I guess you're getting comfortable in the car after your results from Cedar.
Yeah, definitely getting a lot more comfortable in it. Starting to finally get some seat time. First time the car really felt good was in Texas. It's just at that point I was just trying to learn how the car reacted, and then Cedar City was same thing. Just comfortable with it. Just felt like it was working and doing what it wanted to. So.
Well, tell me a little bit about what the new car is and how is it different than what you had from the previous car.
So this is a Jeff McKinley Ironman chassis. It's nicknamed Silky is what he named it. It's a little bit smaller, narrower chassis. A couple of them are designed as a single seat. Mine's designed as a two-seater. Just has a lot more narrower chassis and stuff, so I think it'd still be competitive in unlimited. Has the 2.3 EcoBoost 4-cylinder turbo motor, C4 Dana 300 in the 4.9 inches. Kind of similar to the old car, but the old car was just more of a bigger trail chassis, where this one's kind of balances the trail and comp chassis into one.
Gotcha. What engine did you have in the old car?
The old car was a 3.9 LZ9 motor.
Gotcha. So what do you think power-wise? What's your feelings on that?
This one definitely has a lot more power. It's taken a little bit to get used to kind of like the turbo lag and the boost and stuff like that. But definitely feels like it almost launches walls almost as good as my 6.0 LS that I had in my Pro Mod buggy. So,
wow, that is very impressive. Well, very cool. We talked a little bit ago. Caleb and I were watching, putting together videos and things from Cedar, and one of the turning points that we kind of thought we saw with Brett was that A2 course. I don't know if that was Sunday. On Sunday. The ProTrails backing down into the bottom of the notch that rolled over several of the Unlimited cars. You guys made it, without any trouble at all. But Brett ended up taking that lower cone on that passenger side, I believe, and that was kind of where we saw him start to get a little nervous and start pushing at that point, and maybe took him out of their comfort zone a little bit. Is that kind of what you saw from the weekend, or did you get that feeling at all?
Honestly, we were both doing pretty much the same all weekend. He made the bonus on A2 on Saturday. He was the only person even to try that bonus.
Right.
And then on Sunday, what you were talking about, so he got the advantage because he made the very first Blue Gate climb. He was able to make that without hitting a cone. For some reason, my car just did not want to make that climb, and I ended up having to take the cone. That's where I was planning on at least tying with him, was because that was my plan with that bonus drop, was to kind of lay the car on its side and avoid the cones. And that part worked, but the climb didn't work like I wanted to. So I was just kind of trailing by 10 pretty much the whole week until he had his rollover on A3. He had a rollover, and that's what finally bumped me up ahead of him.
Right on. What you guys were running neck and neck, obviously right up into that to that point. You guys are both on BFGs. Same engine in both of those cars, I believe. So, what do you think? Car wise, is there a big difference between your car and his Caliph car?
So I think his car is 78 or 79 inches wide, where mine's about 81 inches wide. So he's about 2 or 3 inches narrower than me. I think the biggest difference is he's 105-inch wheelbase and I'm 109. So he's a lot shorter wheelbase. And then he has some of the Caliph redneck magic voodoo in that car, where that car just works. And Brett is just, he's a good driver. He's a very good driver, and he worked hard for everything he does, and he's just one that he's hard to beat. Doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah. Well, congratulations for pulling that off. And of all things, Logan and Brett ended up tied after the shootout. And then Brett ended up getting the tiebreaker for the shootout, putting him in second place for the weekend. So, I mean, it was a super hard-fought battle for everybody in ProTrail, and that's very impressive. So, congratulations on that.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot more fun competing when you're literally 1 point or 2 points away from each other. It definitely push you guys a lot harder, and makes it a lot more fun. Makes it just feel like you're out wheeling on the trail with everyone. So,
yeah, from when we used to compete, to me, I kind of, we were in stock mod, so it was us against everyone. You have that close-knit group of your competitors, and it's not so much that you're really even, fighting it out between each other, but trying to still just conquer the obstacles like you would, any other trail ride. Do you feel
exactly
that?
What it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I always felt, even if we won, like if we didn't beat the courses, I still felt kind of defeated. Like that, the standings and the points and that just kind of were all separate. It was really just us about trying to beat the courses. So,
yep.
Well, cool. What is how did you get into competitive rock crawling? You know, we've got to know you and Logan Backus and your spouses, and I mean, you guys really came in with a great skill set of knowing how to operate these vehicles in the pro modified side is where I got to meet you guys. But what got you into competitive rock crawling?
It all started in, I think it was 2009. I went out and started that old school rock crawl, which is now known as the Delta Classic Rock Crawl. It just basically been out wheeling with friends and stuff, and we decided, hey, no, it looks like a fun little event. And I started out just kind of doing that event once a year and kind of maybe doing the Cedar City WERock, and that was about it. And then after a little while, I decided I'd take a full-bodied YJ with a stock transfer case and mechanical steering, and I tried Pro Mod in it in Congress, Arizona, and got my butt kicked pretty good. So I realized that rig is not made for Pro Mod, and so I kind of went back to Sportsman, just kind of hung out in Sportsman's until I was able to get a rig that was actually capable enough to move up into pro classes.
Well, awesome. It's been really great to see you guys, you and Logan work together extremely well. You've gone through a number of spotters. I mean, obviously you're a good driver, so you had to get a matching vehicle for competitive rock crawling. Are you pretty content with a spotter at this point, or are you still trying to find, somebody solid to fill that position in the team?
I definitely would love to find a more solid spotter and stuff. I know this year I've had George spotting a lot, and he says he doesn't mind, but it definitely kind of wears on you spotting and driving at the same time, especially when you want to watch other people in your class and see how they're doing. So I know that's kind of definitely hard on George, but honestly, like, some people say I could probably drive without a spotter. I kind of agree, but at the same time, I do rely on a spotter more than people think I do. But I definitely would like to find a more permanent, solid spotter.
Right on. You guys, you and Logan were the only two, was it ProTrail up in Goldendale? And you guys did run without spotters for that event.
Yep, we were the only two in the class, and we just decided it'd be fun to hold the passenger seats and just run it with no spotters. And I honestly was the most fun we ever had. It just gets a little lonely on course when you have no one to talk to. So, and when you make a mistake, you nobody to blame either. So you just kind of had to be like, well, that was my own fault. So
that's awesome. One of the questions that since you kind of started out very, very grassroots and have obviously moved your way up into the top ranks of the pro side, what is your advice for the sportsman side, anybody wanting to, make that transition to the pro side?
Honestly, like, just make sure you're enjoying it and stuff. Like I always tell people, if you don't enjoy it or you're not having fun, then there's no point in doing it and stuff. We definitely don't do the sport to become millionaires. I just go out, have fun, and just make sure you're having fun. Like, if you're out on the course and your spotter starts getting frustrated, you start getting frustrated, just start singing the YMCA and watch your spotter dance. Do what you can to make it as fun as you can, and just go out and have fun. You're not going to go up into a pro course. You're not going to take first as your very first comp. It's going to take time, but most pro teams are nice enough that they will talk to you and they will give you advice and they will walk courses with you and stuff. And I'm always willing to do that with any team out there and give them advice and help them.
Yeah, for sure. And that really goes back into when we were talking with Caitlin with their win in Texas, is they were just out to have fun. We had them on for a WERock Wednesday, and I didn't really want to put the pressure on them, but they won Cedar last year, and you know, so you know that's always a good feeling to come back to a place that that you did well the year before, and coming off of a big double points win in Texas, like hey man, that's looking really good. I don't know. They honestly had a really good weekend. Things just didn't go their way as they do, but that was her advice as well, is they were just having fun, and I really firmly believe that the more tense you are, the more adrenaline you have, the more testosterone you have, whatever it is, if you feel that in your hands or in your voice, in your body, the car reacts to that too, and it's so weird. I don't know how it works, but that seems to be the key, is to be out there having fun.
Yeah, no, when you get worked up like that, you almost start getting tunnel vision, and you just start kind of trying to look forward to that first place, and you try and do everything you can to be in first place. But honestly, all you're doing, you're screwing yourself up, and you're going to end up hitting a cone, making a bad decision. You're not going to see other lines that other people are looking at. You're just going to see, that's the line, that's what I'm going to do, and not have an open mindset of, okay, if that didn't work, I need to change it and still make it up that, or how do I complete the courses? And so it's just go out, have fun, and make sure you and your spotter get along and have fun. So
yeah, that's super good advice. And find something like the YMCA. If maybe if you're not a village person, you could come up with your own thing. But there are certain times that Caleb said I was too relaxed on course. Like if I would start singing or whistling or something, he knew something bad was going to happen. So it is a fine balance, but most motorsports is how hard you can push that loud pedal with your right foot, and that testosterone is a great thing in many motorsports, I think. But rock crawling does not care about that in the slightest.
Yep. And I think that's what makes Brett such a good driver. He's just calm, collected. He's always out there having fun. He's always got a smile on his face, and him and his dad are out there having fun. And we saw him at the Texas shootout where he just starts going to something. His dad's just like, yeah, go for it. Know it. Yep, let's go do it. His dad they just don't have a plan. They just go out and have fun. I think that's what makes him such a good driver and a good team. And that's what teams need to do good.
Yep. Yeah. And I think that's exactly it. When they started to feel the pressure, with you right there, possibly tying things up, on that A2 course, I think they put that pressure on themselves and tipped the meter a little far on the aggressive side, and it took them out of their pocket of where they excel. So, yep, that's exactly that's the way I feel about it too. So,
yep.
I know that you have been building all of your cars. For the most part, looks like you get a chassis. And you're assembling those at the house there. Is that kind of how your program works, or?
Yep. I don't have I'm not the most richest person out there and stuff. I'm just your normal average person, and I can't afford to pay someone to do it. I also enjoy customizing the cars to the way I like it, the layout that I want, and how I like to set it up. So Jeff sets me up with an awesome chassis, and gives me all this links and measurements and stuff like that. And besides that, I just kind of place everything to where I think it works well. And I definitely have a lot of other competitors, or even just rock crawlers here in the area, to where I kind of go look at everyone's cars and be like, hey, I like that idea, I like this idea, I like this idea, and combine it all into making it mine.
Yeah, that's super cool. And it's really neat that our industry has kind of moved more that direction, to where you can purchase a lot of those parts, that a lot of that hard stuff of the chassis design and link placement and all of that stuff is pretty well sorted for whether you want a Jesse car or a McKinley car or a Caliph car, or the slew of other Sasquatch or Hulsey, whatever. Like, you know, these guys have figured out some processes, and so you can jump out there and pick up a pretty solid car these days. All right, we might have you back. Of all things, it is cloudy here on both sides, but man, what was I had something on the that I was going to ask you. Oh, I know that you have. I've seen some internet stuff that you might be heading out to the east. Is that anything that you want to talk about at all?
It's definitely been on my mind and something I would love to do. Whether or not it's in the cards this year, I don't know yet. It's just kind of hard because the first event is right around Father's Day weekend and stuff, and we try and get it out with friends and family and stuff for Father's Day weekend. So, still trying to see if I can work something out, but might not be the year. So.
All right. Well, it looks like your feed is working, but I have lost my feed over here of all things, but nobody cares about that. So, you just put the car together, jumped in at the WERock event in out at King of the Hammers. How did you enjoy that? I know the car wasn't dialed, you had no seat time, but it looked like you put on a great show out there.
WERock is definitely a fun event, definitely something I want to go do again in a car that I actually have seat time with. Like you said, I just finished the car, got it down there, had maybe 1 or 2 trail rides on it out here at Sand Hollow, and then got up to WERock and just got put on some pretty big drops and climbs, and I just didn't know how the car was going to react, and shocks just weren't dialed in, the suspension wasn't dialed in, so.
Yeah, that's a tough, it's tough in any, event to get out there and jump into a new car, but when you're at the WERock level of the craziness that they do, I mean, that's, you're jumping right into the fire there. You want to turn that camera off and back on? Yeah, just hold the top on, hold the top button down until it beeps. I think John Himble is planning on coming out for the WERock event. I was like, oh man, if he had room to haul like 2 cars, he could haul 2 cars out there and he'd do the WERock and then turn around, like fly back, and then like you or Dave could fly out and then run the WERock and then haul everything back, and like working on all these schemes behind the scenes of how to make that happen. But hopefully you guys can figure something out. You have such a great group of people out there to rely on. So there we go. From Woody and Logan, who do you typically, when you go out and wheel, who do you typically get to wheel with out there?
It's a lot of different people. So obviously Logan, Woody, sometimes even get out with Rich Klein with Trail Hero, get out with the Dickies, the Brassininis, John. We got a bunch of other competitors here wheelers here that don't really compete. So obviously you saw for the first time David Tolson came out and competed.
Yeah.
Been wheeling with him for a while. Matt Jory has a car really similar to mine and stuff. We have a large group of people down here, just too many names to even list, but they're all good drivers, and we all push the limits and keep pushing each other to keep breaking in new trails and having fun. So
yeah, and the more seat time you get, the more dialed the cars become. I mean, the more capable that you guys are, both, rec wheeling and on the comp side too. So like just an incredible knowledge base that you guys have there for the cars. That's super cool.
Yep.
Wow, I don't remember what trying to make all this stuff work on the backside over here. But yeah, it was really great to have Dave and Ron out. Ron to make the switch over to ProTrail. So we had an incredible ProTrail field, and I really expect that class to keep growing. I think that's going to be the place to be as things move forward. You have an incredibly capable trail car. I mean, at the very top of performance, but it still works in competitions, and you can use it out on the trails out there at Sand Hollow as well.
Yep, exactly.
So, well, very cool. Yeah, we are getting ready to fly out to WERock on Saturday, so we are working on getting the WERock Western Series round 3 put together out there, and I am super excited to get out there. Have you ever been out to WERock?
I've never been out there. No, it's always been a place I've wanted to go, but just never had a reason or time to go up there.
Yeah, same. It's been about 20 years, I think, since there's been a competition there. The BLM has been really good to work with. We're very excited to get out there and have a face-to-face meeting finally. But that I think it's going to be an incredible finals for the Western Series as well. With that, I mean, you got Sand Mountain in the backyard there, but aside from Sand Mountain, you can't vote for that one. But where's your favorite place to wheel in the United States?
I kind of like I like different terrain. I like different challenges and stuff. Like going to Oklahoma, I learned I hate trees. And it's just something I've never had an issue with before. But Johnson Valley is a really fun place, and I wish I can get out there and wheel with some of these, with the Dickies and Cody Wagner and all those guys. They're all breaking up big trails over in Johnson Valley. Love that area because of the rocks. Obviously, Sand Hollow's got more cracks and climbs. Even getting out to Colorado, I got a chance to go over and help break open that new trail called Pinch Point for the BLM, and it's just, I like different terrain, I like different places, and that's why I would love to be able to make a couple of the East Coast events from Tennessee to Good Evening Ranch, and get out there and see all the terrain and environment out there.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the part that I really like about what we do. And as a competitor, I loved getting to places I'd never been before. For that exact reason, was to be able to put tires on something that never been able to put tires on before. So, that's super cool. And the more that you learn, it's funny. We were talking about Woody. It's been a number of years. We actually went out and wheeled. Of course, Woody was there. We did the driver's seat with Rich Klein a number of years ago, and one of my friends brought that back up on Facebook, and I was like, you know what, I haven't watched that in like 4 or 5 years. I'm going to jump back, and I'm like, we got to get Rich out wheeling some more, because he was getting super uncomfortable in that passenger seat sitting in a Bronco. So. But Woody being a Midwestern guy, we got out to Sand Hollow, and he's like, well, no, you need to wiggle the steering wheel like we would in the mud here, but he's applied that to the sandstone out there, and not so much to set the front tires into something, but to manipulate the rear tires. And so it's really neat to be able to see some of those techniques, from different areas, that you can apply in different areas that, wherever that may be. So it definitely helps. Michael Brassanini, coming from Colorado, I think it really helped him a lot in Texas, because it really translates a little bit more to that Colorado style terrain. A lot of these guys get spoiled with slick rock out in your area.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more forgiving. You don't scratch everything as much, where the Texas rock, it just gouges into everything, including the nice new wheels. But got to get those all powder coated back up, make them look pretty again for the next comp. So
yeah, do you just drop those off at Dave Wong's house and he takes care of that, or how does that go?
Yeah, I wish he had a powder coating oven in his house, but no, I got a local powder coater that does all my powder coating and stuff for me. So,
right on. All right, well, I will let you get back since we ran way long on getting this thing going. But thank you so much for your patience. Thanks for jumping on with us, and love having you guys out competing with us. And we cannot wait to see you at whatever event we may see you at next. So thanks for jumping on.
Appreciate you having me on. So had a lot of fun. So.
All right, buddy. We will talk to you very soon.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. And with that, we will go ahead and finally wrap this one up. But thank you guys so much for jumping on. Remember, you can get 20% discount on those spectator tickets for any event, but the WERock Eastern Series round number 1 will be in Canvas, West Virginia here in just a little over a month. You can jump online, get those tickets ahead of time, and get a 20% discount using WERock 25E1. Again, as always, a huge shout out to LaserNut for the broadcast tonight, Maxxis Tires, Behemoth Drivetrain, Drive Shaft Specialist of San Antonio, Spider Tracks Off-Road, Carnage Welders, Crown Automotive, Axle Helmets, Tire Right, Metal Cloak, Brannick Motorsports, and Raceline. Until next week, hopefully Caleb will be back. Maybe. He may not. He may be gone next week too. So either way, we're getting better. I'm getting better. No, that's all a lie. We will see you guys next week.